as we get ready to go to element 1. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Element 1, being clear on why you are here. Today, we would like to get a little bit of work done during this time.
Nope,
and
we threw it.
I'm going to ask everybody if they can mute themselves real quick. And we're going to go to the next slide. All right. We have a lot of new people and we have some returning people as well. So let's go ahead, and I wanted to put this screen up because the other day I was on the phone with a client who mentioned that I mentioned the life book, and they had our old set of books. They have jumped back on their journey to restart it, and this is our Habits of Health Transformational System. This is a scientific and structured approach to helping you change your habits and really making this a lifelong journey. This book was not intended to be read in an hour sitting or a 3-hour sitting, but the life book is really meant to be, it's kind of like a year-long process. When, we've created these habits that we've had over many, many years, and so we're not going to change them overnight. So that's what the life book is, your journal. I say the Habits of Health book is really kind of our nonfiction book that's got a lot of the scientific information in there. And then you've got your app as well. In element 1, we will identify why we are here. And today we're going to workshop our why. We're going to talk a little bit about intrinsic motivation. The motivation to engage in a behavior arises from within. When we talk about internal motivation, it's doing something because it's naturally satisfying to you. And today we're going to talk a little bit about sharing the importance of intrinsic motivation as well. Got a couple more people. Shirley, would you go ahead and mute yourself, please? I can't seem to get her muted.
Is that on
also, explore in your words why you are ready to begin now.
Is that a certain page in the book?
We're going to get to that, and I'm going to have the pages there. But right now, we are just in element 1 in the very, very beginning. Okay?
Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. Dr. Anderson describes, he says, I would define optimal health as a state characterized by anatomic, physiologic, and psychological integrity and optimization, which supports optimal well-being. It is the ability to perform at a highly effective and satisfying level. You will be able to fulfill valued family, work, faith, and community roles by developing the ability to deal with physical, biological, psychological, and social stress while maintaining internal equilibrium and external stability. Wow. Who wants a little bit more of that? Just raise your hand, because I know we all would thrive if we were able to add and really perform at those highly effective levels, that's for sure. So today, we are going to write our why statement. Basically, we want to deepen your why and connect with it on a deeper level. We are going to invite you to find out what the next step in your health journey is and create a new why that brings you to the next level. Knowing your why is the first step in the self-discovery process. So today we have, like I mentioned, so many people here at different levels of their health journey. And one of the things that's really neat about that is that our journey is never over. As long as we are alive, might be in a different phase of our journey. Maybe you are here at the very, very beginning. And I can think back to how I felt before I ever found Optavia. So today we're going to, like I mentioned, workshop your why. As we get ready to do that, I want you to think for just a minute that your health, and there are many levels of different health. We can set new goals in mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and financially. So you've got your piece of paper in front of you. And right now, I just want you to think back to the question, why am I here? Think way back before you ever started program. Why did you make that first call to your coach? How did you feel? How did this happen? How did you connect with them? So I'm just going to give you a few minutes, but right now, just jot down why you're here. When you made that first call, how did you feel? I know as I started my list, there were many things I could write down. Take just a minute and think about where you were before you made that first call, or before you saw that first photo on Facebook, that before and after. How did you feel? What did that look like? Hopefully you have a few things written down on your paper. I know for some of us that are type A, we like it to be perfect, but this is not intended to be perfect. It's kind of a brainstorming session. Anyone out there want to share a few of their things that they wrote down? I know I can start with just low self-esteem, 30 pounds overweight, no energy, clothes didn't fit. Tamara, go ahead and share what you wrote down.
I have a few actually. Can you hear me?
Uh-huh.
I'm tired of taking so much medication and still not feeling better. I want to be able to play with my grandkids. Tired of needing plus-sized clothing. Tired of hurting, both physically and emotionally, all the time. And probably the biggest, and I don't think when I started I was even in a place to say this out loud to Vanessa, but I'm just really tired of hating the woman that I see in photos and in the mirror.
Mm. Yes, yes. Those are definitely things that affect us in so many areas of our life. That's for sure. S-Phone, I don't know who that is, but you want to come off mute? Hi.
Is this me that you're talking about?
Tell me your name though.
My name is Sarah Sparks, and I don't know why
Sarah.
I'm like coming up, but all right.
That's okay. We're glad you're here, Sarah.
The reason why I called Miss Phyllis Willis is because I basically prayed that morning because the night before I had this overwhelming feeling of disgust for myself, disappointment, and rejected. And so I was driving home from dropping this one off at school, and I just talked with God, and I was like, I surrender, and I've tried everything, so just provide that solution for me. And she came on and was talking. I didn't expect to get emotional. I thought I could do it to share. So what I've realized over the course of 7 weeks of doing this and releasing 16.5 pounds and all the fun stuff is, and there's still more, but I was actually rejecting my soul from truly being seen. I was hiding who I really am behind the fat in the body. So
So it's time to reach out for all that God has made you to be, huh?
Yep.
Yes, I'm so glad you made that call. You spoke to me. I can remember being right there too. That's for sure. Michelle, thank you for sharing.
Hi, can you hear me?
We can.
Okay. So I put down that, I felt very desperate for stability and structure. Kelly, as you know, there was a lot going on in my life at that time. I had lost my mother, and my husband had to go in for emergency bypass surgery, and my kids were going off to college, all within a matter of a month. And I felt very disconnected and alone. And I decided, the only way that I'm going to be able to fix that is to join something that's bigger than me and to start focusing on me, because I can't fix anything else, but I can, work on a better me.
Love that, Michelle. Love that. Wow. There are so many of you that want to share. I would love to get to every one of you. I probably should ask you though, because we've got about 3 more things to do and it's already 9 o'clock. This seemed to fly by. So let's do 2 or 3 more. Are we all okay to be on a little bit longer? Give me a thumbs up if we are, because I'd like to get this written out and go through it. And I think right now we've got a lot of people sharing. Okay, I see a lot of thumbs up. So I'm hoping we can keep some people sharing real quick, and then we're going to move on to the next one. Let's see, who hasn't shared yet? Let's see who's got Sandy.
Hi. I did share, but I wanted to before, but I did wanted to say that during the pandemic, I was just working from home and felt so disgusted and defeated. Really, I've tried so many other diets, and I was sitting there just feeling like bloated and out of control. And I happened to see the before and afters of my coach that goes to the same church, and I was like, well, this is something new. Let me try it. Let me give him a call, and I gave him a call, Dale a call, and he introduced me to the program. At first, I didn't want to try because I was like, this is just maybe another gimmick. But then I was like, well, I don't have it. A month later, I didn't do any better. I hadn't lost a pound on my own again. So I decided to give him a try, the program. And I'm so glad I did, because it's just been uphill from then. I mean, it's just been positive since then. So it's been great. I have so many great things to say about the program, but we don't have time. Thank you.
Thanks, Sandy. Jean, hopefully we can hear you this time.
I fixed it. Can you hear me?
Yay!
I didn't write a whole long list, but then the more everyone talks, I could probably relate to what everybody says. I mean, I was basically sad, tired of being tired, wanting more. I'm only 51, and I was starting to have hip pain and back pain. And again, I agree. I didn't like shopping. It was becoming a pain. And because I'm a nurse, I guess, and having family members that are ill, I just wanted health. And I figured if I kept going down the path I was going, it wasn't going to serve me well. So that was why I reached out.
Oh, very nice. It's these pain points. And we've just heard so many different pain points. And so let's look at this next slide. Why do you want to change? Make sure these things motivate you to create health and bring what you want into your life. We just talked about all the reasons why we made that call. So now I want you to really think about, why is it that you want to change, and what do you want? You've just heard the pain points that so many people have just spoken. Many times we come to this journey from a place of pain. Now we need to turn that pain into a positive of, what do you want? So next to all those things that you wrote down, I don't want to be tired all the time is your pain point. What do you want? I want more energy to be able to play with my kids. I hate the way I look. I don't like that woman looking back at me in the mirror. What do you want? I want to be confident when I look in the mirror. There is power in wording your why around what it is that you do want. When we speak those words, when we write them down, that's the time when change starts to happen internally, and that intrinsic motivation starts to come through. It's not about the external rewards, but it's what we want inside and why we want it. So take a few minutes now. Ask yourself, what do you want? And rewrite those sentences. Hey, I know this is not something that can really be done in just 2 minutes. This is something that, really takes a little bit of time to do. But I'm hoping you have a few of those pain points rewritten as to what it is that you do want. I'm going to ask you to take it a step further. I want you to close your eyes. I want you to visualize that you have just achieved your goal. Now, what does that look like for you? What are you wearing? Who are you with? What are you doing that you didn't used to do? What are some adventures that you would do more of? Who is most impacted if you become the healthiest version of you, beside yourself, of course? How will it impact your spouse, your kids, your family, your friends, your community? What does that look like? As you begin to see yourself in the future reaching and achieving your goals, what does that look like? What are you doing different? Now write that down. In Optavia, as a coach, we have some leadership transformation skills, and one of them is we lead from the future, we act in the now. That's what we're asking you to do, is visualize where you want to be, because we're going to act in the now to get you there. Your coach can want this journey for you really, really badly, but if you don't want it for yourself, there's not much we can do as coaches. So this why statement is so important for that, because once you know this, all those other things start to come together. So write that. And this is all in page 46 in your life book. You're going to find where it asks you to do some of these things. So now on your paper, you have your pain point, you have your what you want, you have visualizing where you are once you've already reached this goal. Now on page 46 at the top, it says, I am changing and focused on improving my health and well-being because let's put it all together. I see many of you still writing, but as we're getting ready I'm hoping most of you have the beginning of a good why statement written. So I'm going to ask you, who would like to share their why statement? I know I wrote one as well. I am changing and focused on improving my health and well-being because I want to be around a long time for my family. I want to feel confident in my own skin and in my clothes. I want to look in that mirror and feel proud of the person that's looking back at me. I want to have energy to play with my grandchildren and travel. I want to know my story made a difference and helped change others' lives. That was my why. So who else would like to share their why statement? Doesn't have to be perfect. And you may redo it many, many, many times. Anyone out there want to share their why statement?
I will, if that's okay.
Yes, please.
Since I shared my vulnerable point, I also shared this one.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, kiddos are with me.
Hey, that's part of life, honey.
All right, so this is, I know it's gonna sound really broad in general, but it means a lot to me. So
That's what's important.
Oh my goodness, I am really, oh my goodness, my
You're
soul.
being tested.
Who I really am is seen for all its worth, and me. I mean, we're one. I know that this might not, whatever. Okay, so seen for all its worth. I am in alignment, mind, body, soul, and most importantly, because, and when I answered just the because part, is because I fiercely love myself. I was working with a client, not through Optavia, but through my own coaching business. And I was channeling for her that to have her fiercely love herself. And so I was like rubbing my chest, and it had this dawn moment, like this aha moment, that I do fiercely love myself. And it's been over the course of just, now it's been six weeks, starting my 7th week, but at this time it was 5 weeks. And I was like, wow, just 5 weeks, by doing these incremental changes, I do fiercely love myself. And I've noticed a difference in children, and I know that might sound like because they're screaming.
I'm a mama, I get it.
But just in children and my husband and just general. And so just, I fiercely love myself. So that's it.
When mama gets healthy, everybody gets healthy. And that happens in a lot of ways.
For sure.
Love it. Love it. Andrea?
Thank you. My why is I want to have the optimal health, or no longer using the word behind my name or anywhere on a piece of paper, obese, and be here for my family, to create a legacy and to work my passion project.
Love it. Love it. That's wonderful. All these positives. Very good. Tamara?
Hi. I kind of changed that. I want to have less pain. A biggie for me, I want to go into a store and buy regular size clothing. I want to take less meds. I want to feel better and be more energetic. I want to play with I call my grandchildren my Jaybirds. There are 3 of them and all their names start with J. So I call them my Jaybirds. And I want to go to Disney and go to the beach and go camping and hiking with them. I want to look in a mirror and at photos and see a woman who's healthy and confident, a woman I can love and be proud of. And so when I did my statement, I basically just said I'm changing and focused on improving my health and well-being, because I have a beautiful life that I want to fully participate in.
Ah, love it. Wow. Beautiful life that I want to fully participate in. So good. Love it. Jean?
I don't know if I can share my why.
Well, your hand was up. That's why I called on you.
Oh, sorry. Maybe I need to take it down.
That's okay. And we would love to hear your why if you'd like to share, though.
Okay. Well, this is the one I wrote originally when I did the element, and I still feel it applies. I just put that I am changing and focused on improving my health and well-being because I want to feel good in my own skin. I want to be healthy, vibrant, full of energy. I want my husband to be proud of me. I want a healthy self-image. I want a healthy, intimate life with my husband. I want to love shopping for clothes again, and I want to travel. And it's funny, when I reread it, it all falls back to the first thing of feeling good in my own skin, because being good in my own skin would basically help all areas of my life.
Very good. And did that change when you rewrote it today?
No, I looked at it and it still applies to me. I think I'm early enough in this that it still touches everything. I think, and the only thing I looked at was the husband being proud of me part. Maybe I should be proud of myself.
Yes, I love that. That's so important that you look in that mirror and you're proud of who you are. Very good. Very good. Okay, Gretchen?
Sorry, I had to get on mute. I'm changing because I want to be here definitely for my children, number one. And I want to love me and to choose me. I don't want to be dictated by the doctors with meds and just constantly taking meds every day. I hated taking that, and thank God, to God be the glory, I am no longer taking metformin. Thank you.
Ooh, very.
That's so exciting. And I still have family members that's on metformin. I still have family members that are on high cholesterol and high blood pressure meds. And I want to deliver all of them as well, if they would let me. But I had a sister that passed away in 2010, and we were both obese, and we were both trying to figure out, like, we did every program you can think of, and we just could not figure it out. And just recently, my daughter kept telling me, well, try the grazing diet. And, that's what they tell diabetes patients, if you just eat a little bit every so often, that would help you with your blood sugar. But if you don't have the portions right in your head, I started gaining weight. I'm like, this is not working. This is not working. And so when I saw Yoli laying it out for me in one of our meetings, I was like, okay, she is doing something that is working. Okay, and I'm ready to give it a try. Because I was just like frustrated and so tired of all these yo-yo diets. You lose, then you gain 10 more. Then you lose, then you gain 15 more. And I was just done. So when Yoli shared with me, she didn't throw it in my face. She just said, oh, you can get on with me and my coach, and which is you, Kelly. Thank you. And I was like, okay, they're not, pushing this down my throat, and okay, I can deal with this. And so it was just so easy to join, and it started working so fast. I couldn't even doubt it. It started working so fast. So to hit 58 after my sister passed away at 57, I was just like, God, you're doing something. Yes, you are. You're doing something through this Octavia. Yes, you are. And I just thank God for him and giving Yoli and the platform to show herself before me and to make a believer out of me. So I'm just
Love it. Ah, Gretchen, you have a great story. You really do. Well, everybody, we have gone a little over, but I appreciate you all staying here because guess what? We just got through element 1. So for all those of you that say, I haven't been able to get to my life book, well, you just did it. You did the very first element. And you now have your why statement. One thing I will encourage you is write this a couple times and put it around your house. Read it out loud to yourself in the morning, because guess what? When you can start feeling this way, it's going to be easier to say no to that Oreo cookie that your grandchildren want to put in your mouth, or no to those donuts that happen to come into work, and really yes to reaching your goals and pushing through. So next week, we are going to be right here at 8:30 with coffee in hand, and we're going to talk about knowing what you want to accomplish on this journey. So you have your why. I just want to thank you again. I'm going to stop share so we can just all see each other again. There, I like that better. So I just want to say this has been a wonderful first call. We're going to try to make it a little bit shorter, but how many of you enjoyed this call today? You enjoyed it? Everybody liked being able to jump on together and get an element done. All right. Well, you guys have a blessed Saturday, and, connect with your coach. Share this with them if you didn't get a chance to share. Read this why out loud to them. And remember that God created you special, and this is your journey. And we are here to walk that journey with you and to do community together. So I'm going to stop recording. You guys have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.